Assalamualaikum and good morning. Human claims bank account hacked, used for fraud. Kuala Lumpur. An account supervisor being investigated by the police in relation to alleged online banking fraud is claiming that her bank account was hacked to cheat several individuals. The human, who wanted to be identified only as Miss He, said she discovered that her account had been misused after she received a letter from the Port Dickson Police Headquarters on August 21st notifying her of an investigation on the matter. She claimed she had received an email from CIMB informing her that her internet banking registration had been approved, although she never applied for it. She also said the phone number listed as belonging to her in the email was not hers. I was surprised and I felt skeptical because I have never registered for CIMB Clicks, she said. I'd never even met an application or received any SMS from CIMB. She taught a press conference at the Segambut DAP Service Center here today. Also present was Segambut MP Lim Lip Eng. Miss He said she had opened the account with a deposit of 1,200 ringgit with the intention of keeping the amount there as savings. However, some 155,000 was later transacted into and out of the account by another individual, she alleged. The police have since frozen the account for investigations. She also said that she once received a phone call at night from an unknown number. The caller, who identified himself as Sharizal bin Abdul Wahid, claimed he was an assistant customer service manager of CIMB, she said. She said he offered to reopen the bank account and give her back her deposit, but she refused to accept it. I didn't want to accept the offer because no customer service officer would call at night and my account is frozen and being investigated by the police, she said. She also said she has had to endure much stress since the incident. I cannot sleep. I'm constantly thinking about this problem and I'm worried about my safety, she said. Thank you.
So now I have finished registered my saving account, right?
Yes, you have registered your CMB account.
Alright.
And now you are the CMB account holder.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other thing that I need to do?
I suggest you to open the CMB Click, which is the online banking system. So,
Is it an option? Because I think I don't like to use the internet banking since I prefer to go to the nearest ATM near to my house.
okay, never mind.
Previous scenario that you see, that will be the one of the factor affecting on fraud, cyber fraud to be happen.
Have been mentioned on previous study, factor affecting internet fraud in private sector.
The author, based on the case study in cyberspace in Iran, one of the factor is culture. Culture, what that's mean by culture? Culture is people are not really trust on the changes of technology, the changes from manual to the internet banking. So people not really trust, people don't want to register internet banking because of. Next, second factor that we find affected to be a cyber fraud in Malaysia is the policy. Why I say policy? Because the bank, financial institution itself, not required the person who opened their account to to also open their internet banking, register as an internet banking user. And the financial institution make this requirement in their policy, they will reduce the amounts of fake internet banking account because the internet banking cannot be registered under one account number.
Next, we will talk about the weakness of internal control that contribute to cyber fraud. The first point is condition to apply for internet banking. This happens when the bank officer encourage the customer to register their internet banking account at home. As a result, it costs the bank officer difficult to confirm the person who registered the internet banking is same with the actual account holder. So, from here, fraud may occur. If hacker only get one info, they copy the data and register for the other customer. For the next is registered phone number. This is also the weakness in internal control, where the bank does not make a confirmation that the phone number registered by the customer under MCMC, Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, is matching with the actual account holder's phone number.
Okay, next we will discuss about the impact to the victim in this case. So we have list 4 impact on this case, and we will start with Tajuddin.
Said she has had to endure much stress since the incident. I cannot sleep. I'm constantly thinking about this problem and I'm worried about my safety, she said. Thank you.
Okay, firstly, the human, she will constantly thinking who was behind the case and why this case happened. So it will, she will feeling unsafe because of the constantly thinking. As a result, it will bring the feeling of unsafe of the human, because as you read in this case, as you understand in the case, the money 155,000 suddenly transferred to her account, and she also feeling unsafe because she didn't know who is the hacker and who was behind the case. So that's all.
Okay, so I will continue with the third and fourth point of the impact of the victim. So the third point is emotional problem. The victim will have the emotional problem when this case under a police case. So number 4 is lack of trust. Lack of trust in this case means the victim will no longer trust the bank to have any transaction to the same bank or another bank. That's all from us.